Okay, welcome to another edition of Fantasy Dream Homes, and today we are headed to Dublin, and that is Dublin, Ireland. So let's get on our magic carpet here and start flying over to Dublin. And we're going to stop right there, just do a little update here. And for those of you sequestered at home or self-quarantined at home, we welcome you. If this is your first time to Fantasy Dream Homes, we hope you will subscribe and become a member. All you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. But we're glad you're here. So let's do a quick geography update. So if I go in just a little closer here, we might see some border lines. There we go. So right here, this little white borderline, that is Scotland. Everything up there. This is England down here, except for this other white borderline. That's your Welsh border. That's Wales right there, the country of Wales. This is Northern Ireland up here, that bright yellow border up there, and this is Ireland. Everything you see is the United Kingdom except for Ireland. So that's all part of Europe, and these are European countries with the titles as you can see them here. So it's all one big happy family. So let's talk a little bit about Dublin. Dublin's got about 500,000 people. When you count the metro area, I'll get in a little closer here. When you count the metro area, it's probably about 1.4 million people. Let's pull up a climate chart here. So here's a climate map for Dublin. It basically has what's referred to as a maritime climate. And what that means is mild summers, and I would say mild is not the correct word. I would say when you look at these average highs, these are cool. These are cool summers, okay? Pleasant, but definitely cool summers. I would also say mild winters, because when you look at the average temperature, it does not get that cold in Ireland in the winter. So not a bad place to live. Love to see it. And for tourism information, we're going to recommend visitdublin.com, and they're going to have everything you need to see and do, places to eat and stuff like that. So visit dublin.com. Our real estate site today is going to be Property.ie, and they specialize in Irish real estate. So we're not going to waste any time here. We're going to get to our first home. And our first home is priced in euros. It's 2.7 million euros. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. The interior space is a little over 4,000 square feet. The lot size is unknown. And the build date is 1850. So let's take a tour of our first fantasy dream home. Okay, so moving on to our next home, which is going for 2.95 million euros, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. The interior space is unknown. It's sitting on about 0.4 acres of land. It was built in 1873, and we always try to feature architects when the real estate agent in the description is kind enough to tell us about the architect, which they were here. It says this was refurbished and modernized in recent years under the strict supervision of architect Tony Mullen. So we looked up Mr. Mullen, and it's Tony Mullen Architects. And as always, there's his website address right there. We will also feature that in the show notes so you can find his website address. And these are just some of the homes. So we really value the work of our architects, and that's why we will showcase them whenever the real estate description tells us about them. So back to our home, the old vicarage, built in 1873. Let's take a tour of this next fantasy dream home. So I'd like to take a minute and just show you something I think you would really be interested in. If you like the YouTube channel Fantasy Dream Homes, I think you're really going to like the Pinterest page of ours. Fantasy Dream Homes by the same name. You can find it here, right up here. Here's the address, the URL address, pinterest.com/fantasy dream homes. And if you scroll down here and we go to our boards page, you will see boards that if you like looking at luxury homes, you're going to love this Pinterest page. We have everything from magnificent master bedrooms to ultimate master bathrooms, luxury dressing rooms, kitchen ideas for luxury homes, butler's pantry, cozy nooks and alcoves, reading rooms, grand entryways, fantastic fireplaces. We also look at luxury appliances, and we look at plumbing fixtures, and we look at lighting, and we look at staircases, swimming pools, and flooring, furniture, anything you would see in a luxury home. This is the place to go. And if you want, like, say for example, you click into architectural styles of homes, okay, you actually can see all the different, we've separated all the major categories of homes: log cabins, contemporary style, craftsman, Queen Anne, Greek Revival, Tudor, Victorian. So there's something for almost everybody who's interested in home architecture or luxury homes. So we invite you to please visit our Pinterest page, and we'd like you to follow us on Pinterest. And we hope to see you on our Pinterest page. Thanks a lot. All right, so moving on to our next home. It is going for 5.9 million euros. It's 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. The interior space is about 4,800 square feet. The lot size is unknown. The built date is unknown. Let's take a tour of this next dream home. Okay, so moving on to our next home, which is going for almost 8 million euros. It's 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. Interior space is a little over 7,000 square feet. It's sitting on almost a full acre of land. It was built in 2009. And as we look in the description here, we see that De Blackham and Meager are the architects. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is their website and will be featured in the show notes. So they do both commercial and residential properties, and this is one of them, so their website will be featured. So let's take a tour of this next fantasy dream home. All right, moving on to our next Dublin home. This one is 7 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. Its interior space is over 7,500 square feet. It's sitting on 5 acres of land. It was built circa 1850. Let's check out this next fantasy dream home. And our final fantasy dream home today is going for almost $10 million. It's 8 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms. The interior space is over 9,600 square feet. It's sitting on 80 acres of land. It was built circa 1730, and the architect was a gentleman by the name of Sir Edward Lovett Pearce. So let's check out our final fantasy dream home of the day. Okay, so that wraps up another edition of Fantasy Dream Homes. We thank you so much for watching. We hope you'll be watching again for our next episode. And we hope you learned a little bit about Dublin, and maybe you want to visit Dublin, as I certainly would. I've never been to Dublin. Love to go there. We invite you to check out our social media pages on Instagram, on Facebook, on Pinterest. They're all Fantasy Dream Homes. So like Pinterest page is pinterest.com/Fantasy Dream Homes. And our Patreon page, we appreciate any support that we can get. The more support we can get, the better we can make these videos. I would love to be able to After Effects and bring on a professional editor. I do this all myself. It could be much better. Would love to make it better. But we thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Keep smiling, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.